Hi, and welcome to Carolyn's Kitchen. Today we're going to make Elizabeth's famous chocolate chip cookies. When I first got married to Bert, we would be living in St. Louis, and she would deliver these chocolate chip cookies to us, and I loved them. And I said, I want to make them. I want to make them. How do I make them? She said, Carolyn, just follow the recipe on the back of the package. So I did. I thought I did, and they didn't come out. And I tried again. I used margarine instead of butter. I didn't use nuts, and then I did use nuts. And I tried all different ways, and they never came out like hers. They came out good, don't get me wrong. Chocolate chip cookies are great, but these were exceptional. So I said, let's sit down and let's look at the back of the package. Okay, Carolyn, dear. So we sat down and we started. We started with the first ingredient, and the first ingredient is flour. Easy enough. And I said, what about baking soda? You use baking soda? Yes. What about salt? Yes. Butter? Yes. Granulated sugar? Well, 3/4 of a cup is too much, isn't it? And I said, oh. She said, cut it in half. I said, okay. So what about brown sugar? Oh, she said, of course. If you're cutting in half the regular sugar, you should cut up the brown sugar. And I said, oh, thank you very much. That's really great. And she said, and by the way, she said, you're not putting in as much sugar, so you should put in more flour. Just follow the back of the package is what she said. And I thought that was great. So this is kind of following the back of the package. I first put in my butter, and it should be room temperature. I then use, don't be shocked, this white stuff, which adds flavor like you wouldn't believe. You know, it's like lard, and people are very against lard. If you want that great flavor, you just use it. Then I beat it like crazy. I actually don't cut the sugar in half. I cut it to 1/3. So while it's beating, I add 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar, 1/3 of a cup of white sugar, and I beat it like crazy to get some air into the cookie. I'm not exactly sure why. It all has to do with chemistry, which to me is the most amazing thing of baking. It's called creaming, and I did a great job of creaming it. After you cream it, it's then time to add the eggs. Okay, here they come. 2 eggs. I moved them over to the counter to get warm. I think I better turn this off. 1, 2. Now at first it's going to look like it won't all go together, but just keep beating it. It will. And then it's time to the vanilla. Yes. Oh my gosh, don't we love vanilla? Everybody loves vanilla. I can't do a bake without vanilla. Teaspoon vanilla. Still not coming together, but it will. It will. I'm going to put it higher. It's working on it. Hit your spatula oblongata. Oh my gosh. Scrape down your rolls. Oh, there it goes. Then when it comes together, it's time to put your dry ingredients in. Now, what I'm going to start with is, I do change the recipe. I put in a cup and a half. No, I put in a cup of AP sugar. I put in a cup of bread sugar. I put in a cup of AP flour. And I put a cup and a half of bread flour. I think these have somewhat of a breadish texture, and I like it. I definitely like it. Then, before I sift the flour, I put in a teaspoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of cornstarch, or a little less than a teaspoon, and I'm not sure why I put it in, but I like it, and a half a teaspoon of baking powder. Ooh, get it out. Get it. Come on, let's come out. There we go. And also, my new favorite spice, cardamom. I'm going through this jar of cardamom that I bought recently pretty fast. I'm not exactly sure. It's a cinnamon type spice, but of course it's not cinnamon. And then I sift these all together and make sure I've got everything in here. Yep, I do. Yep, I do. And it's time to add the flour. Turn it down a little bit. Oh, the important ingredients. You can't forget the chocolate chips that I have trouble opening. Maybe my videographer can open this for me. Can you open this for me, please? Here we go. I kind of put in half of them, and then I put in half of the flour. Oh, there it goes, up in the air. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, well. And then I put in this. Oh my gosh, what a mixture. You got to see this mixture. It's just great. Look at that. Filled with chocolate chips. I love it. And now I'm going to make a little abbreviation here because I have a granddaughter that has an allergy to nuts. And I like my chocolate chip cookies with nuts, but she can't handle them. So I'm gonna take out a good amount, and then I'm gonna add nuts. So let me get, Ruby is her name. Ruby's, this is Ruby's recipe. Okay, that's Ruby's. That's going over here. Now we're going to get mine. And I've mixed up almonds, pecans, walnuts, and I put them in the oven for about 10 minutes. So I never used to roast my nuts, but now I'm devoted to roasting my nuts. We'll see how they come out. Mix it up. Set the oven. The oven is set at bake at 350. And one of the things that I do is to make the cookies uniform, use a little scoop. This is how it works. I take it, plop it down, and again. Now I want to tell you another secret. I'm not doing it with these cookies, but I usually do it. I put this in the refrigerator for at least an hour. I don't know what happens to the sugar and everything for the hour in the refrigerator, but it changes the texture of the dough. Okay, these are the nuts, and I'm going into the oven for, I check it in 10 minutes. So see you back in a few minutes. They look fantastic. Just a second, here they come, here they come. Oh my gosh, wait till you see them. I mean, 6 of them, but I'm going to make more. But look at them, look at them. And I'm going to open them up for you. Wait till you see what they look like inside. This is the magic. This is why they're like a little bit of a, I don't know, like a cake cookie. I'm going to put it in my mouth. It's super hot, super hot, super hot, super hot, super. Ooh. Oh, oh. And the chocolate chips melt as you taste them. Oh my gosh, Elizabeth, this is a great recipe with half the sugar. Thank you. Bye from Carolyn's Kitchen.